Hey, Coach.
I can take this off.
Yeah. All right. Coach, do you want to get started with any opening remarks or go right into it?
No, questions are fine.
Okay, we'll go to Mark follow up first. Mark.
Hey, Rick, good to see you. Pretty simple question to get started off with. For the first preseason game, what objectives would you like to accomplish tonight?
Play hard, defend, set a tone defensively. And it's always hard work getting good shots against Milwaukee. So, shot generation is something we'll be looking at. I'd like to get everybody some minutes tonight, but we'll see.
All right. Callie Kaplan. Callie.
Hey, Rick, to go off of that, is everybody going to be available tonight? And how does this, I guess, shortened, condensed preseason and build up to the preseason kind of impact how you'll manage guys' minutes or make guys available or not available in these 3 games?
Yeah, and so let's see. KP's obviously not playing tonight. He's not on the trip. Hardaway will probably be a game time decision. He got elbowed in the rib yesterday, not serious, but we'll see how he's feeling. And, this is interesting because this trip is going to be a lot like what the structure of trips are going to be in the Western Conference, as you go on the road to play 2 games against a single opponent over a 3-day period. And so, we talked about it this morning a little bit that, you get to a town, you, I guess, settle in, for lack of a better term. But then you've got to get yourself amped up to play 2 games in 3 days. And so it's challenging. And the teams that adjust to this and do well are going to have an edge.
Okay, Mark Medina. Mark.
Hey, Rick, good to see you. Hope you're hanging in there. Just an off-court question in regards to the development with the vaccine. I was wondering, where do you stand personally as far as your comfort level taking that, and also just your position with overseeing the Coaches Association? Do you think that this is something that should be a mandatory or voluntary thing among coaches?
Yeah, I don't know about mandatory. The NBA will certainly research it thoroughly. And I think coming off of the success of Orlando and all that, I don't think there's any reason to question, the data that they come up with, because they research everything very, very thoroughly. Personally, I'll take the vaccine. My wife is an infectious disease doc. She's done research on these kinds of things for a number of years, and in her mind, it's really remarkable the progress that they've made in this period of time, and the results that they're showing, and the fact that I think the immunizations, or whatever you're calling them, the shots they're gonna start, I think, tomorrow or Monday. And it's going to be a daunting task to get everybody immunized, but it's provides great hope, and any shield of protection that can be provided, it's got to be considered, a very, very good thing.
Okay, Wayne Price. Wayne.
Yes, Rick, I was trying to see if you can give us an update on James Johnson. I know you had mentioned something earlier in the week about his knee.
Yeah, he's been involved in contact and practice the last few days, done well. So, he'll be available for, a stint of minutes. Not sure how many, maybe 8, maybe 10. We'll see how things go. But would love to get him, on the court in game type situation, and just keep getting him acclimated to what we're doing. But in terms of his recovery from his injury from, I guess it was early October, he's doing very well.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. Chris Henderson. Chris.
Hello, Rick. From the young player standpoint, from a mental side, this is their first NBA action. What were some things that you maybe instilled in them from that standpoint outside of, being on the court?
Well, I remember it well, even though it was many decades ago. My first exhibition game, I think we were playing in Hartford, Connecticut against the 76ers, and, you're excited. You don't know, when you're going to play, or, in some cases, if you're going to play. My message to these guys is always be ready for anything. I think that's a really important thing. Oftentimes coaches will put young players in situations that they don't expect to see how they respond. But as I said, I'd like to get everybody some minutes tonight. I'm not sure if that'll be possible, but I'm hopeful.
Okay, last question, Eddie Sefco. Eddie?
Hey, Rick, I'm wondering, along the lines of getting to a city like Milwaukee and staying a few days, what's the challenges of starting the regular season with 3 road games, 3 challenging games, obviously, and then also what potential opportunities might there be in starting that way?
Can you turn your video back on, Eddie? I want to see where you are. It looks like you're at the break of a cable network hunting show or something like that.
Not far from it.
Where are you? Are you?
We're out in the country.
The hunting season, is it officially started yet?
Deer season is going, yes.
No, I said deer season, not beer season.
Well, there's no such thing as a beer season. It's year round.
That's okay. There you go. I'm sorry, I missed your question. What was it again?
Well, just about starting the season with 3 challenging road games, but also maybe what kind of opportunities does that present for your team?
Well, I like the schedule. I mean, I love playing teams like Milwaukee in preseason. It's, they're a top team. They're a contending team again. We had 2 very competitive games with them last year. If you want to get tested, and this is, unlike a lot of preseasons where you've got 4, 5, 6 games or whatever it's been in recent years. Wasn't long ago we had 7 or 8, and players could kind of ease into the preseason. I mean, this is not the case now. I mean, we're playing in less than 2 weeks, and so you've got to jump into these preseason games. And so, again, as I mentioned before, this is an opportunity to play a very good team twice in 3 days, but also experience, what this new sort of travel thing is going to be all about in a lot of instances.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so we will talk to you about